Guys, so I just finished this book, The Fault in Our Stars. I know a lot of people have read it, and I just finished it like at 3 a.m. this morning. So I'm gonna do a review of it because I loved it, and I know that a lot of other people loved it too. So I thought this book was utterly fantastic, a work of a genius, because that's just what I think of it. So, I really fell in love with Isaac. I know that sounds kind of weird, and everything because he wasn't one of the main characters, but I really connected to him on like a deeply emotional level because I've gone through that before with heartbreak and like with all the heartbreak with him breaking up with Monica and everything, or Monica breaking up with him, and it just like I felt it. I felt it deep in the soul. So now I'm going to share my favorite part of this book with you. It's on page 257 if you want to follow along. It's the part where they're doing the pre-funeral for Gus. It starts with Gus saying, no, not Gus, Isaac saying, "No, I'm about to eulogize. You're late. What?" Gus gestured for me to sit. I pulled a chair into the center of the circle with him as he spun the chair to face Isaac. "I want to attend my funeral," Gus said. "By the way, will you speak at my funeral?" Of course, yeah," I said, laying my head fall onto his shoulder. I reached across his back and hugged both him and the wheelchair. He winced. I let go. "Awesome," he said. "I'm hopeful I'll get to attend as a ghost, but just to make sure, I thought not to put you on the spot, but I just this afternoon thought I could arrange a pre-funeral. And I fear since I'm in reasonably good spirits, there's no time like the present." How'd you even get in here?" I asked him. "Would you believe that they leave the door open all night?" Gus asked. No," I said. "As well you shouldn't," Gus smiled. "Anyway, I know it's a bit self-aggrandizing. Hey, you're stealing my eulogy," Isaac said. "My first bit is about how you're a self-aggrandizing bastard." I laughed. Okay, Gus said. "At your leisure." Isaac cleared his throat. "Augustus Waters was a self-aggrandizing bastard, but we forgive him. We forgive him not because he had a heart of figuratively good as his literal one sucked, or because he knew more about how to hold a cigarette than any non-smoker in history, or because he got 18 years when he should have gotten more. 17, Gus corrected. "I'm assuming you've got some time, you interrupting bastard." "I'm telling you," Isaac continued, "Augustus Waters talked so much that he'd interrupt you at his own funeral. And he was pretentious. Sweet Jesus Christ, the kid never took a piss without pondering the abundant metaphorical reasons of human waste production. And he was vain. I do not believe I have ever met a more physically attractive person who has more acutely aware of his own physical attractiveness. But I will say this. When the scientists of the future show up at my house with robot eyes and they tell me to try them on, I will tell the scientists to screw off because I do not want to see a world without him." I was kind of crying by then. And then, having made my rhetorical point, I will put my robot eyes on, because I mean, with robot eyes you can probably see through girls' shirts and stuff. "Augustus, my friend, Godspeed." Augustus nodded for a while. His lips pursed and then gave Isaac a thumbs up after he recovered his composure. He added, "I would cut the bit about seeing through girls' shirts." Isaac was still clinging to the lectern. He started to cry. He pressed his forehead down to the podium, and I watched his shoulders shake and finally said, "God damn it, Augustus, editing your own eulogy." "Don't swear in the literal heart of Jesus," Augustus said. "God damn it," Isaac said. Again, he raised his head and swallowed. "Hazel, can I get a hand here?" I'd forgotten he couldn't make his own way back to the circle. I got up, placed his hand on my arm, and walked him slowly back to the chair next to Gus, where I'd been sitting. Then I walked up to the podium and unfolded a piece of paper, on which I printed my eulogy. "My name is Hazel. Augustus Waters was the great star-crossed love of my life. Ours was an epic love story, and I won't be able to get more than a sentence into it without disappearing in a puddle of tears." Gus knew. Gus knows. I will not tell you our love story because, like all real love stories, it will die with us, as it should. I'd hoped that he'd be eulogizing me, because there's no one I'd rather have. I started crying. Okay, how not to cry? How am I? Okay. I took a few breaths and went back to the page. I can't talk about our love story, so I'll talk about math. I am not a mathematician, but I know this. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. There's 0.1, 0.12, 0.112, and an infinite collection of others. Of course, there is a bigger infinite set of numbers between 0 and 2, or between 0 and a million. Some infinities are bigger than other infinities. A writer we used to like taught us that. These are days, many of them, when I resent the size of my unbound set. I want more numbers than I'm likely to get, and God, I want more numbers for Augustus Waters than he got. But Gus, my love, I cannot tell you how thankful I am for our little infinity. I wouldn't trade it for the world. You gave me a forever within the numbered days, and I'm grateful. That is my favorite part of the entire book. I just wanted to share it with you guys. I know there's a lot of cussing in it. I don't usually cuss. But, yeah, that's just a part that really got me. I cried when I read it, and I'm not going to cry now because this is YouTube and it'll go public. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about the book. And if John Green ever watches this video, which I'm pretty sure he won't, but if he ever does, then I'd just like to thank you so much for all the wonderful work that you did and put into this book. It really touched my heart, and I'd like to thank you for writing a book that's so different than from this generation's books with all the action and adventure, because it's just so different, because we take for granted the health we have, and with people that are dying of cancer every day that are our age and are living the same life that we are, it's kind of hard to imagine what they're going through. So thank you for watching. I will try and put up another singing video soon because I haven't been doing that lately. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.